Hello everyone and welcome to Jordan's Nook. This is a bit of a weird one. Turns out, if you don't unmute your microphone before recording, you don't get any audio. I literally just started editing this and drug it into DaVinci Resolve like always, and noticed, there was no audio. I think it's something to do with me playing my PS5 and the way I have my gaming set up with OBS and all that good stuff, and it didn't play well. So this is a post commentary, which I've not done since I used to play Call of Duty back in about 2007 to 2009 on my old channel. So this is weird. I'm just not touching anything other than I've got the business pose with the fingers together sort of thing, you know. Not ideal. Just as a little thing of what's going on, I'll try to react to what I'm doing, but I'll be honest, I mean, I'm seeing it, and I've literally just recorded about 3 hours ago. I didn't remember much. What I worked on though was, or I don't remember exactly what I was doing, and my, ability to react to things is very slow. However, I remember build a barn, because I want to build a barn and an animal pen, specifically. And we work on the animal pen today, which I think is really good. So yeah, I just nearly spilled coffee all over me. I don't know if you heard that, but that's fine. I also opened my, I have a hydro flask, and every time I open it, it just like makes the weirdest, there we go, weirdest noise in the world. So I'm just going to close that. Anyways, what I think I just kind of babbled, I yap, that kind of thing, though most of the time when I'm recording anyways. But I did talk about two things that I do want to bring back up, and that is that I know I haven't made as many videos recently, and there's been a lot going on here, but also we got snowed in where I live. We've had 22 days of snow on the ground here, which I know doesn't sound like a lot to maybe someone who lives in an area that gets a lot of snow, but here it's pretty rare. And it wasn't the snow that was the issue, it was the ice. We had about a half-inch of ice that was laid in between the snow, so it made a lot of things difficult trying to traverse and do daily things that need to be done. But we're pretty much back to normal now, so that's good. In less than a little over a week, I think 8 days, my wife and I go to New York, so New York City. Apologies to anyone who lives not actually in New York City and I just offended, but just only saying New York. But we're going to go to New York City and have a fun time staying near the Rockefeller. So I'm going to be doing going to the Nintendo store and all that stuff, probably buying way too many plushies and other things, knowing me, but that's just how it is. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's mostly vacation, a little bit of work, but mostly vacation. But yeah, interesting time to go in the world. But I think it should be fairly good, hopefully. And it should be a lot of fun. A good distraction. But yeah, I think that things are going pretty okay overall. But one thing I did talk about was I just been struggling to get videos out, but that's going to hopefully change, especially once I'm back. I can't promise before then. But I did mention one thing is, the videos that I've been uploading are unnumbered, so it's it doesn't necessarily look like it's in a series. And this is a thing because, YouTube's algorithm usually wants you to not number things because it does hurt its performance, which, sure, whatever, I don't care, to be brutally honest. I just I guess playing the game, and it is a let's play. It's kind of a long form thing. It's whoever wants to watch it is going to watch it, which is all of you all, so thank you very much. But what I'm considering is, just to make it easier for you all, and maybe people discovering the series, because I still get comments sometimes on the first one being like, oh, please continue doing this, and I'm like, I've got 20 some episodes here. So I'm like, maybe I need to number it, maybe, in some way. Let me know if that would be easier for you all. If I did number it, would it look better? Would it be easier to figure out where you are? Or is the playlist enough? Because I think the playlist, it's decent, but YouTube has a way of messing with some playlists now and again, so I don't know. But I think it could be good. Another thing, with all the ongoings and such, I do have a Blue Sky account now. So if you want to follow me there, I can. Oh my god, I can actually pull out my phone and do things while the game is playing. Look at this. So I do have a Blue Sky account. It is literally, let's see, xantor.bsky.social, as per the usual. And yeah, I just, it's one of those ones that I mostly post on there, as I remember. But it's one of those things that I just try to, post and do all of my goodies on there. I haven't in a while because I've been taking a break from social media. Maybe I'll talk about that in some ways too, because I did in the video. So that might be a good option as well. It's weird to talk in a video and, you talk so personally and like talk about I was talking about books that I was reading, I was talking about this stuff, and then you just lose every bit of it. I think I just did a therapy session that was private essentially. Even though it's not therapy for sure, but it was just, all these videos are like a form of therapy for me. They're just so relaxing to make. So I think that helps a lot. But yeah, so if you want to follow me on there, you can. I think I've been putting the link in the description. It's just, I'll post about like things here and there, but there's nothing like too specific, and I try to keep it light over there. And then I also have a Substack. I don't know why. I just decided that I wanted to write some longer things, and I did that there. I've only done one thus far, but it's an option if you want to check that out. That is something. I'll pull that up while I try to remember. But yeah, that's something that if you want to check that out, you very well can. I think that's also Xantor. Obviously, I go by Xantor most of the time, just because it's like it's technically my business name, so there's that as well. I have it like, sort of just intertwined in everything I do. It's kind of like the broader thing of what I do, I guess. So yeah, if you want to check that out, it's there. It's a very long post. It's kind of a little bit about, actually, it's a lot about books I read. It's kind of like my dip from social media somewhat, and I like writing. I'm not great at it, but it's something I would like to do more of, and I kind of do it over there. I try not to feel too pretentious when doing it, because it's very easy. But I'm not a pretentious person, so that helps. But yeah, that's over there if you want to check it out. I'll put that in the description as well if I do remember. Hopefully I will. You think I would, but it's me, so it's hard to be entirely certain. By the way, to comment on the actual game at hand, just making these like kind of large pins. I was making them 8 wide, or well, I guess they would be 6 wide technically on the inside, but I figured that was a good option to be able to house everything, and I actually do house animals by the end. I even make cages, so you'll see momentarily. If I forget to mention it, I'm gonna say now. And I was convinced that the cages would allow me to harvest the big animals as well as the small ones. Learned the hard way that doesn't work, but yeah, it was pretty good. It was nice to get all this finished, because this is something I've had on I've said it so many times that I need to do this, and it's nice to actually just do. So it's good to kind of just get done, essentially. But yeah, so that's 2 things that if you want to check out, I do suggest. But like I said, I've been as well myself, like I don't use Twitter anymore for reasons, and just mental health. Like it's nice. Honestly, it's not even so much like a lot of things that's going on. It's just, they're very attention grabbing, and like algorithms and all that is like insane. And I get it. I'm saying this as someone who literally needs an algorithm to stay afloat financially and everything. But it's just one of those things that like, I guess I want to offer it my attention instead of it like taking and holding my attention span. So I've been reading a lot more. I actually have my Kindle in front of me. I'm gonna get a little Kobo at some point just because I want the things that turn pages. But yeah, I've been reading a few books. I'm currently reading The Sundown Motel, which is very good, by Simone St. James. It's kind of like just a ghost story, but it's been fun. And then I'm reading next is The Bookshop, A History of the American Bookstore. I talk about that a little bit again in the Substack thing. And yeah, I've got that. Did I finish that book? No, I haven't. I've not even started that one. So yeah, I got that. I started reading Brandon Sanderson, which, oh god, that's a whole big thing. Obviously, about 1,000 some pages. I think I have The Way of Kings, not Mistborn, but starting that. But yeah, making more of an effort to read and do things like that instead of, I guess, consume other forms of doom scrolling. And I gotta say, it's been really nice. It's weird, and it takes, especially having ADHD, it's very hard to convince my brain that this is the right thing to be doing, but mostly it works, but it's been really good. Been practicing guitar more. It's been nice to learn more. One of my favorite artists is Hosier, and I've learned how to play quite a few of his songs over the last probably like 6 months or so, but even more so in the last little bit. Learning fingerstyle guitar a lot better, and I'm kind of practicing music theory, so getting there. I've been practicing so much Spanish, which has been very fun. I got a lifetime Babbel subscription, so that helped. Not a sponsor, of course. And then I've also been using like Anki, like a little flashcard program to learn, and then I've got a book that's actually illustrated by Andy Warhol, but it's written by Margarita something. I can't remember the exact name, the last name. But it's such a good book, and it's such a good experience. Like, my brain just feels like it's kind of opening up to language now. But yeah, it's been cool. I really enjoy like actually learning. It's when you get into your, I guess, 30s and like you get complacent with not learning things. It's actually fun to learn now. But it's also weird because, again, the ADHD, and I was horrific in school. But for some reason, I can like do this like pretty much all day. I do have to find the times a day to make myself do it, but it's been pretty good. And also, of course, David Lynch has passed away, which is very sad, but it led me to start watching Twin Peaks, which is one of my wife's favorite series. She loves David Lynch's work, and she's currently making a cross-stitch pattern about him, which is funny, about Twin Peaks. But yeah, I decided to start watching it. Almost through the first season, but I bought the Blu-ray, so I'm waiting for that, because I was watching it on Paramount Plus or whatever here in the US, and there's just so many ads that I got annoyed. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to not. And also, you can see, oh yeah, don't watch this bit. I used the cages to get all of the chickens, and then I decided to what's the nice word? Not cull or dispose. To process, no, to take the rest on a journey. Yes, that's what I need to say. That sounds, everything I said sounds worse than the before, but it's fine. And apologies for any sniffling. It's just that time of year. It's that time of year where I'm sniffling nonstop. Don't know why, but I guess it is just the case, isn't it? But yeah, so it's pretty neat. Like, just enjoying Twin Peaks and watching that, and it's such a mind-twisting, goofy time, and I love the lack of elaboration and explaining. It's just, I don't know, it's just fun. But yeah, beyond that, I don't really know what else I've been doing. Like, I've been just sort of, chilling. Just chilling. I guess that's kind of the best thing, is just enjoying my own, I guess, mental space and not obsessing about other things too much. It's been quite nice. And like I said, going to New York pretty soon, I actually can check. Well, again, I can check things because it's amazing. And this is where I was finding out you couldn't put sheep in cages, and I was very sad. So close, but yet so far, But yeah, so 7 days until checking in, so kind of wild, but it should be a lot of fun. Like I said, kind of staying into Rockefeller and stuff like that. But if you have any suggestions, this should go up before, and I should see stuff. So I know quite a lot of stuff and have quite a lot of it marked from being there before. But you know, I'll never turn down any other suggestions, most certainly. But yeah, it's so interesting actually. Just like shifting my headspace, I guess, from being chronically doom scrolling online to just like not and being able to actually let stories come into my head and stuff and not get overly distracted. It's been pretty nice. But I'm still like, you know, informed in a way. But yeah, I've been doing that. Been recording with Zach a lot. And if you don't know who Zach is, it's Zach Scott Games, YouTuber who I work for and record videos with as well. Which is part of my work, but I always say it as like it's different for some reason. But yeah, I've been playing hilariously a lot of Fortnite as always, because it seems to be the main thing he gets me for, because I'm okay at it. But yeah, it's been good to do, and that's actually been one of the things that's taken a lot of time over the last little bit, because they had a Godzilla, and it was like a whole journey to get certain things done, but it's been pretty easy overall. And I'm just like watching myself bring this cow back, trying to remember desperately if I messed up or not. But I think it was fine. I think I do drop the lead at some point by going too far, maybe, or maybe that's on one of the next ones, but I don't know. But yeah, that's why I put these little grass blocks here, was just so they could easily hop on in on each bit, and then to make my life actually considerably easier. It actually went so much smoother than I thought it was going to, because I thought it was going to be a bit of a faff on trying to like get everything. The pig might have arguably been the hardest one to do, just because I ran out. Like, there was one pig essentially, and the cow was kind of annoying too, because there was only one cow, and the other one was stuck in a hole, and I was just too lazy to go get him, because I didn't want to dig him out, even though it probably would have took less time than what I did. But you know, that's just me, and that's just how I do things, I guess. But yeah, was there other things that I had? I had something else on my like agenda to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. It's the problem with spilling out my brain in like 2 seconds. Maybe this is where I had the issue with the lead. I don't even remember now. But yeah, I think what I want to do is build a bar next. Just because I think it would look really nice. I think I want to build it at the end. I kind of like show it a little bit, but I kind of want to build it at the end of the animal pen area. I don't know if I want to do it like where it's kind of looking out over the water, or if I want to do it where it's kind of like off to the side. But yeah, I think either or it should look nice. That's where my lead broke. I remember that happening somewhere. But yeah, having the sheep are going to be useful, because I feel like I always need wool for something. And I did say I would record a little bit between episodes, because I do want to get a couple of gleaming powders, hopefully, which I would do on video. It's just I could not find any in like 4 videos of trying. So I think it's going to be like one of those heroic efforts of just doing it for way too long. Which it's fine. It's just like annoying, obviously. Like when wanting to record, it's kind of the weird balance. Like I want to get stuff done to where you all see progress, but I also don't want to speed through everything in such a way that it's not enjoyable. Does that make sense? I'm gonna pretend that makes sense. But yeah, that's sort of like my, I guess, overall goal. There we go. I turned it up so I can actually hear the game a little bit now. But yeah, I'm so annoyed to have lost the audio though. It's just kind of frustrating to have you know, not wasted time, but to have lost like the initial audio, like everything. I was going to just be like, oh, I'll just record the next video, whatever. But at the same time, I was like, I kind of want to keep it. And there was stuff that I mentioned, and what if I forget to mention it next time? It's always a mental battle, I guess, of me doing that. But I used to do like these post commentaries all the time when I had my like, it was the Xantor channel, but it was when I did Call of Duty stuff. Because like you used to play like 3 or 4 rounds or whatever, or however many. You would pretend it was 3, but actually you played for like 8 hours to get like 3 good rounds or whatever. And then would upload that, like, just, I don't even know what I would talk about, because like I was like 15 when I was doing it. It was almost 16 years ago. You know, I don't think I had anything useful to say, but at least yeah, I know of. I always like wonder what I talked about during that time. I'm hoping nothing bad, because I mean, I'm sure I was a dumb teenager at the time. I probably should look through it at some point, but you know, who knows. But yeah, I'm like, hopefully I didn't like just give away like, so my address is, and like that kind of thing, because you never know. But I guess it's not coming back to bite me in the last 16 years for now. So we'll see. But yeah, it's weird, and like it's weird me going back to listen to those, because like, you know, it was me when I lived in a town in eastern Kentucky. Like it's a little hillbilly land. It's, you know, quite a thick Appalachian accent, and I had quite a thick drawn out accent essentially. And like I talked fast, but I would talk slower on video to be more enunciated, and what I thought was enunciated and better at the time. But like it was just, you know, it was just me yapping and everything, and it was definitely probably not any meaningful commentary in any way. And I remember looking back kind of recently, and it was me saying something was awesome, and I would say awesome like awesome now, but I was like, that was awesome, and I was just like, oh god, oh no. It's like I'm not ashamed of being where I'm from and everything. It's just after my accent's changed so much, you know, just doing this for so long, I sort of changed it, not on purpose. It's just talking to so many different people, and now, you know, being I've lived in the UK for a good bit of time, and then I, you know, have been married to a British person for quite some time as well, almost like we're nearing 9 years. And it's one of those things that, like, you know, you just kind of like lose an accent. I live in a place now where it's still in Kentucky, but I live in a place where the accents are much more tame, a little bit Midwestern sometimes, a little Eastern. It really depends. The place I live is sort of like, it's like if the Midwest was the East, that was the South, that was the Ohio Valley. We're very misidentified. We're all about horses, though. Let me tell you, lots and lots of horses. Literally, I drive like 2 minutes from my house, and there's just fields and fields and fields of horses and cows, and mostly horses. All thoroughbred, like $1 million horses. It's so funny. I actually know a farmer, or not a farmer, I guess a trainer. I don't know what you would call him. A guy who owns horses, I should say. And he's originally from Brazil, and he's like, one day just asked me, he's like, do you know the concept of a billion? And I was like, no. I was like, I do, like financially, but I was just like, no, I know the concept of I have $100, and oh my god, I have $100. But yeah, it's wild. He was telling me something about like how much money like the horses bring into my state or whatever, but I don't know. I ain't really pay attention. But you know, horse people, they're funny. It's I guess I mean, it makes sense. A lot of people are very passionate about them. It's not really, I mean, I guess it's not really my thing. I love looking at them. They're very beautiful. I found them a little bit terrifying. My wife actually, which is weird, she did horse, what would it be called? It's not therapy, it's like just, she did equestrian classes, like I should say, like even for college, in the UK, and just ended up here. But like, she kind of just tells me they're kind of buttholes. Like, it happens. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, especially seeing them. They're pretty rowdy. And I've gotten to know a few people that own horses here, and like they're not wealthy or anything, but like they've had their issues with them, of them like injuring them, and then some real good in like medical bills or insurance claims needed. But yeah, I guess that makes sense. They're big, powerful, and heavy creatures. Oh, baby cow, so cute. But yeah, I'm hoping that in the next little bit, I love how I just go out and tangent about horses. I don't know how. I swear I could just like yap for freaking ever. Like my head is just filled with things to speak about for infinite time. Maybe it's ADHD. Maybe it's I'm an introverted extrovert. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was happy to actually get this done. Oh, I actually kind of remember something I did. I make a chicken sandwich in this episode, and I was very proud of it. But yeah, it's I wanted to get more into the like making the food and the bakery and like stuff like that very shortly. So I was like, let me gather all this stuff, and plus I wanted wheat for breeding and stuff like that. And I actually tried to do some of the. I just remembered. I tried to do quite a few actually of the what was they called, the quests that I have in the book. So you'll see a lot of that. That's actually what I do a lot towards the end, and that was something that I thought was really important to kind of focus on, just because it gives such good rewards, and I really want to maybe make some sort of a like mob farm, especially with blazes. At some point you can get blazes from it, just because the blaze rod thing annoys me. I don't want to really go to the nether after the last episode. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah, so hopefully I can set something like that up and just get like a lot of emeralds to make that happen, and start getting all this stuff like prepped and automated to some degree, and I think that would be pretty good. I have no clue what I'm looking at right now. Oh boy. It's something. You know what, I'll respond to some comments, because again, good timing. This is just like, this would, if I had members on this channel where I did like the members only videos, I would just turn this to a members only video. But instead, all of you have to watch them. Although hopefully it's fun. Hopefully you just enjoy some like chilling and chatting and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I just went on my YouTube creator app and it says it's your channel's first birthday. So Jordan's Nook is officially a year old. That was some fortuitous timing. Oh yeah, so okay, so it was a couple days ago, January 14th. Wow, 1 year. That's crazy. To have, I mean, I had quite a successful 1 year because of the obviously big video, which things have trailed back down. I knew it would. I've known the algorithm long enough to know it wouldn't stay. But I've been so happy with how it's done. Clearly, I mean, I've been doing this more than just about anything so far. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me go to audience. I think we're currently at. How do you just see how many subscribers you have? Why is this gone? Gotta do maybe of the year. Okay, so I think I have about 1,826 subscribers. So thank you all very much. I do very much appreciate it. The jump during the video in October was insane. But yeah, it has been consistently very, very good, and I do very much appreciate it. I think that original video for this series, if I'm not mistaken, I think it got so it's at 133,000 views right now. Has over 4,000 likes, which blows my mind. And it had such positive feedback. It barely got any dislikes, and for something going like semi-viral, like in my mind that's viral, but like it's not really. But like it honestly, it's just done so well, and people were so positive. I gained 831 subscribers just from that, which is absolutely bonkers. But it's nice to know people saw other things, like the second or third or fourth episodes, and decided that they wanted to stay as well. So that's really nice. But yeah, we're currently 25 episodes in, so this should be episode 26, which is pretty wild. But yeah, you may start to see some, videos or whatever, like some of them start to change, maybe have numbers on them, maybe in the titles, maybe in the thumbnails. I'm not entirely sure yet, but it might be something I do just to make it a little better. And by the way, in game, I'm currently looking at what I need to do to finish up these quests. The log collection mastery, I really thought I was able to just put the logs in something to do so, but I couldn't figure out exactly how to do it. Maybe I need to upgrade a barrel. I just thought maybe that's how I did it before. Like upgrade a chest and put them all inside of it and then be able to do it. I can't remember the exact way of doing it, but I'll, figure that out and see if I can do it to finish up this quest. Because, I mean, they're really good for money, essentially, and like everything. I think you get like 200 emeralds for like certain quests, which, needing 64 essentially to make a block, or is it 64 for a block? Well, I guess it's 9 for a block, but you need like 32 blocks or something. I can't remember the exacts, but anyways, it's a lot needed. But yeah, I end up just trying a couple things. I do get a couple of bits because I had like the cherry wood and a few things there, which was actually really nice to get done. But yeah, so it gets there. But I got a comment from probably I'm so sorry for how I'm gonna butcher everyone's names. Chichi 14. After a long time, I'm happy to be able to listen to these vids again. It's very fun to see you cook up stuff. I have a backlog of vids to watch, huh? That's very nice. I'm actually going to like that. There we go. But glad to hear that. I know a lot of people over Christmas and over the holiday season and everything had like a bit of a backlog, or they went away for something and then came back and they have suddenly tons of episodes. I think that's great. So hopefully everyone enjoys and gets to enjoy those videos. This one's from a couple weeks ago. Apparently I didn't reply, so it's here. But it was Tea Dreaming saying, Happy New Year, looking forward to more cozy gaming to ease into 2025. And again, sorry for being slow on that, but thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And let's see. Oh yeah, I did get a comment from Laura, and sorry if I'm saying that wrong, because it might be pronounced differently. But for decoration, I always recommend just spamming leaves and glowberries everywhere, giving it a little bit of an overgrown vibe. And greetings from Germany. And I actually did forget to do that. I wanted to do that in this episode, so I'm gonna have to do that for the bakery. And I did reply saying that my wife actually lived in Germany for a time, and that we actually hope to visit at some point. We're going to potentially, and I know this will trigger every German to want to tell me, we might be going to Bielefeld, and maybe like Munich and a couple other places, but Bielefeld is where she lived, and yeah, it was all about the whole running joke that Bielefeld doesn't exist. I still have yet to look up the Bielefeld conspiracy, but I need to look that up. But yeah, nothing noticeable about the city. It seems to be the way that it has gone down, but it's kind of funny because there's so many people that I know have been to Bielefeld or anything, and just like, no, it's not real. But I'm excited to see it. It's, she knows a lot about it, so it should be a good time. But hoping to go there at some point later this year. I need to go to the UK this year too. I mean, we do. So I might try to tie it in at the same time, just so I can get like a cheap like Ryanair flight and hit my head on the roof in turbulence and all that good stuff. But we'll see. Just sort of like, I don't know, that's my thing for the next let's say 4 years. I just want to travel a bunch. Sort of as I can enjoy myself, but try to, make it to where I can work at the same time and ride off as much as I can. But I might even try to make some videos while doing it, just because I think it would be fun. It would probably go on a different channel, but I don't know. But hopefully it would be good. We can hope. We can hope that it would be a good time. But it's always a bit of a thing with traveling. Like, I have all the grand ideas and grand adventures, but I'm not sure if I can get away from work to do it, especially this year. It's kind of like a busier time. But I do actually have I wrote out a list, because I do this every year, of where I would like to travel to. And I don't even remember what I put on it, so I got to look at it if I can. I have so many notepads on my desk. There we go. So yeah, New York City, of course. Go back to Michigan, potentially the Upper Peninsula. I want to go to the beach. Didn't specify, just want to go to the beach. That could be the Chicago beaches. That could be in Holland, Michigan, or they could be in Portugal. Who knows? I probably can't afford all this, by the way. I'm just like, a man can dream. I want to go to Colorado, just cause. And then, Edinburgh in UK, potentially. So I gotta, and maybe, I had like Bielefeld in Germany in that as well. Then I want to go to Chicago twice. I want to go before it gets too cold, and I want to go when it's Christmas time to go to the Christkindl market. So we'll see. It's always one of those things of, do I get the time and do I have the affordability to do so? Because that's a lot for 1 year. Considering last year, I don't think I left the house, like, at least left this town very often, other than maybe like once or twice to go about, go to my parents that are about 2 hours away. So yeah, it'll be hard to tell if I'm gonna do any better this time, but we'll see. I hope so, because it would be fun. But yeah, I need to find a way to like work a little bit better when abroad. I might need to buy a better laptop that can do it at some point, but I've got like my $600 Lenovo laptop I bought like 4 years ago that honestly works so well still. But hopefully it survives the TSA on this next train, because that's always the thing. We'll find out if that's if that's possible. But yeah, I was just, you can see I'm looking at the wildlife thing. I realized that I hadn't seen so many different things. Like, I don't even think I'd seen a squid, so I'd like go run out in the water to see it, to see the bass, to see the salmon. And then, it kind of worked out. I just need to, I guess, travel even more and look at things and all that good stuff. And, actually go up to, because you have to get kind of close to them to actually properly get it to count. You can see how close I have to get to like these guys before it properly counts, like pretty much, like that distance. And the squid, I think, was, like pretty much the same. But it's fine. It might not be as fun when it comes to the polar bears and the bears and the lions and all the other fun things, but for these guys, it's not so bad. So we'll pretend that it's all going to be okay. But yeah, I don't really do anything else of use in this video now that I think about it. I just sort of like rummage around. So I may actually cut myself off a little soon. The only thing is I wanted to, make my little chicken sandwich, but I guess I'm not hungry yet. Maybe I'll end after that. Because I was thinking towards the end, I actually don't do anything. I just run around and talk, so I can cut that bit. But yeah, I think in the next episode, I'm going to make sure my microphone works. I feel like that's a good step number 1, personally. And then I kind of want to maybe decorate like with the glow bears and things that was suggested, because I think that was a great idea. Maybe work on the barn. I'm not sure. I need to get either a bunch of red wool or concrete or something like that. I could not top food to save my life in that moment. I don't know why. It happens, I guess. But I need to figure out like exactly what I want to do each time, just to be able to, I think, have like a purpose, because a lot of the times I'll just start recording and everything. I did have a list, but honestly that list slowly started to dwindle because I did a lot of things. I need to find the suggestions that I had previously, and there we go, the chicken sandwich. I was happy to have done that. I had to see if it made like a beef sandwich. I wasn't sure, but no, unfortunately only chicken, which is pretty good. It actually like really helped the hunger levels quite considerably, so that was awesome. But yeah, I think that's where I will leave this, because I don't think I do anything else of note. Actually, I know I don't do anything else of note. So I feel like that's a good time, because a lot of it is just me rambling on. as always. But yeah, I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. I hope you enjoyed this more chill, unexpected episode, and now we're into autumn in the game again, and hopefully that'll be a fun time too. But yeah, hopefully I'll talk to you all next time live. And we'll maybe work on the barn, maybe work on getting maybe I can get a concrete station going or something. I really don't know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.